Welcome to Lee's 1955 Austin A30 restoration project. Comments and questions welcome.
Hi, my name's Lee and this is my 1955 A30. I bought it for about 3 or 4 days ago. It came with without being registered at DVLA, so I've got to go through that process. Right, today I'm going to have a go at making a little patch panel there. Obviously this is where the seal goes. I'm not sure, this little edge there, I'm not really sure that's part of the seal or not. So what I'm going to do, I'll cut some cardboard out, make some templates, and I'm actually going to work from that edge like that. That's pretty much it, like that. And also there's a little inset there. I might have to sort of bend that. So I'll need a piece of that. I made another little template goes into there, probably just trimmed a little bit, so I need a piece of that, and the bit that goes down in there I want to put it on afterwards, but I'm going to actually make it wider so I can blend it in. Now the plan is really to make it in 3 pieces. I'm actually going to weld it on the inside, this little patch panel, and on that edge. The idea is, so I'll do the inside first, then the outside, then I can actually grind it away and get a nice little curve on there, nice little radius. So that should blend in right. So then again, I'm not sure how far to go up on there, but I think it's got to be about there, hasn't it? I know I've got to do all the inner seal and all bits and pieces like that, but to start off with, I'll just make that panel. I've got a feeling that the seal only goes up to about here somewhere. Probably. Well, I've welded it all up, as you can see. Not too bad actually. Now what I've done, I don't know if you can see from here, I've actually welded on the inside as well. Just a bit there. The idea really is, so when I grind all this off and that off, I can put a nice radius on there to match in with the body. Same here. Obviously that goes that way around like that. That's the wheel. So I'll grind it all flat there, and that'd be quite a bit of a sharp edge. But once I've welded it all in, what I'll do, I will actually put a nice radius on it to match the other bit. Right, hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Alright, that's that done. I'm just going to go and get a finer disc. There's a little bit there. I'm not worried too much about that because the bottom line is going to allow a filler over anyway. So we'll get a finer sanding disc and give it a quick once over. Hopefully give it a bit of chance to cool. So you can see there's a big difference in grit, so that'll be actually fine. Well, that's pretty much it. There's a little tiny bit. I might just put a little glob of weld on there, grind it back down, so any filler. This side, where's it going? Yeah. So that side there is the fold of the glove, it's still bloody up. There's a little tiny bit there. You can see I'll put a little bit of weld on that. That's got to be obviously trimmed down to the right size, but I'll do that once it's on the car because it's just on at the moment. And that edge there, I want to leave it sharp, so when I put it on there I can actually blend it all in. Yeah, so it's a little blob of weld on there, one on there, and grind it down. So it'll be another panel done. I know you can't see it, but I'm actually going to run the grinder down just on the inside there, just to smooth the welds out a little bit. I know you can't see it, but I think it should be done. So, well, that's another patch done. Today I'm just going to show you a few more repairs on my Austin A30. I found more and more rust. Every time I look there's more rust. But these three holes I've actually sort of patched up now, all ready for primer and paint. I'm just going to do sort of one side at a time. I'm just going to follow it around on the driver's side. Then I'm actually sort of going around to the boot area at the moment. So I've got to take the bumper off. So I'll show you what I've done so far. Alright, okay, this little patch. I'm not sure it's double skin now, I don't think it is. So I've made this sort of patch panel thing. It's not the best fit in the world, but I need sort of pressing down there a little bit, but I've drawn around it, so I'm going to have a go at cutting it out. Oh, it's got to be an easier way of doing this. That's one cutting disc. Right, plan B. I've got loads of these cutting discs I've sort of used before and they've gone really small, so I hope I might be able to use one of these. Oh, that's good. So I might put a slightly bigger disc cutter in there. Just cut down there. That should come out. that bit was quite rusty, wasn't it? Deceiving sometimes. You look at a little bit of rust on this side, you think, oh, it is bad, don't get me wrong, but when you turn it over, the whole thing's rotten, isn't it? Oh, good idea taking that off. Oh, where's that patch panel? Alright, let's just try it, see how close it is to fit. It's not too bad. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to grind it to make it fit better. I'm not going to grind the hole, I'm just going to grind the plate. Not too bad actually. Bit there. Right, it's time just to finish the rubbing down. I've done the welding, I've ground it off, put some skim of fiberglass over it, and this is just sort of body filler at the moment. I'm never really sure how to rub this down because it's sort of two lots of curves. I'll give it a go with this and see what happens. This is just a block. Oh, another bit of rust. This is full up with dirt, look at that. Right, I've welded this bottom edge on and give it a quick grind off. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to grind these tacks off, take this piece away, and I want to grind, I want to weld the inside, then I can sort of dress it all back up again and put it back on. Right, today I'm going to have a go at repairing this little corner here. I don't know if you've seen previous videos, but I've obviously pre-made this a little while ago. I made the first mistake today already. Didn't take long, did it? I cut this little this edge here out, and I actually cut it there. I don't know why I cut it there, because there's a mark there. That's where I should have cut it there. So consequently, what's happening there, when this fits on here, like that, I've got a gap. So I have to deal with that afterwards. The metal's actually okay there, so I can actually weld the piece in. What I've done, you can see, so this bit is going to be cut out. And I know I've sort of gone up quite high. I shouldn't have gone as high as this, but I wanted something for the seal to weld to. And I don't know if you can see there, it's all rotten at the bottom. I just didn't want to do a little piece there, so I thought I'd take it right up. It's a nice, good piece of metal. Anyway, so what I've done here, this is the only edge that I've got, which I know it should be there. So what I've done, I made a little template, I have a bit of cardboard that you can see there. There's a couple of pen lines there I made. So when I put this piece in there, hopefully that's going to line up with that piece of cardboard. So what I'm going to do now is just, well, I suppose I just need to cut this piece out. Yeah, I think so. Cut this piece out. I'll show you on the line. There's a line I've made there. I'm not sure. I might actually cut it back a little bit that way and make it fit, because it might be easier just to butt weld it and rather try and do it in the corner bit or the radius. So let's have a go. Right, it does sort of fit, but it needs a little bit of fettling. So what I'm going to do, so it's not too bad up there. That's quite a nice fit there. I just need to fill that little bit in there. I just need to just make it fit just a little bit better. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the grinder. I'm not going to touch the actual body itself. It's actually really solid there. But I'm actually going to just grind this to fit that. So I should probably play around with that for quite a bit. Alright, obviously I've taken the door off, and I'll just, I was going to leave this little bit down here, but I'm intrigued to find out what's underneath it. Well, I've got pretty much a good idea, pretty big holes. So what I'll do, I'll just chisel this little bit of fiberglass off. We'll see, it's a fantastic repair there. A little bit of paint, you'd never know it's fitted underneath, would you? Just a small hole then. Let's go for it. What's that? Not that. One there. How far it goes along. Yeah, that's what the problem was. Well, I don't think you can see it very well, but this is the bottom of the seal. That's all the big holes everywhere. And this here, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's move the camera back a bit. Oh, going the wrong way. That's better. Well, this is the piece of metal here. There's acorns in it. Well, I'll see if I can do it one-handed. I'll see if I can show you. This is the piece of metal that was actually inside. And that was sort of tucked up in inside there. Which is quite good really. I'm quite pleased I found that, because I couldn't work out why this bit there wasn't out so far. I think the inner seal is only a bit of flat plate, so I can change that anyway. So it's not really any worse than what I thought. Yeah, so there seems to be loads of acorns everywhere. Yeah. I'm going to change it, obviously I'm going to change the seal anyway, so it's not a big issue. Oh, still watching then, not getting too bored. As you're probably aware, I'm quite new to this video making on YouTube. I've made probably about 30 odd videos, and they all seem to be slightly different and different formats. I did try putting a little bit of music on, and obviously a couple of you guys said it didn't like it. I've been on the video editor now, and I know I can turn the volume down, so that's, anyway, so that's one thing. If you do like my videos, it'd be fantastic if you subscribe and maybe leave a comment and give me a like. If you don't like the videos, that's okay as well. Just put it in the comments to say what you don't like about it. If there's something I could do better, I'll give it a go. Well, thanks for watching anyway. Right, I've ordered the repair panel for this door, because obviously, I don't know if you can see on there, you see on there? That's all filler down there, right way around this filler. There's some hot, looks like some scabby bits there. So I think the repair panel comes sort of round here like this somewhere. It goes down there. It goes down there or not. And then there's another piece that goes across. Can't quite remember how that bit goes. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put some marks on here so that when I cut all this bottom off, hopefully, I can put it back in the same place. So what I'll probably do to start off with, just, so I don't reckon it's going to come up that high. It's supposed to come up to about there somewhere, I reckon. So I'll just draw a line down here. Must remember not to rub this off. Yep. Let's see that. What I can do some lines across, just for reference. From there. It's 130. Line down there. But don't rub this off. There. That point there. Just double check that. 130. I'll do another one back here somewhere. And then about there. That is 125, which is quite good. 25. Oh, dorky still. Alright, just double check that. 125. Right there. 160. Well, I'll take it off. There, there. Check it. 25, Well, that was a nice repair, wasn't it? There's a bit of galvanised steel. Alright, so I'm not sure what to do now. I think I need to make that back piece. Because obviously I've got the skin going over here like this. Right, I've just got the bits from Clayton's, obviously for the pair of bottom of the door. When I first looked at them, they looked alright, but they're actually terrible. Absolutely terrible they are. I don't know if you can see this edge here. Looks like someone's just hit it with a hammer. It needs to be rolled. So I'll see if I can dress it up a little bit. I know sometimes you have to sort of play around and make them fit, but these are disgusting now. Absolutely disgusting. Well, I didn't have much of a choice because I couldn't do it myself. So that piece there, I don't know if you can see it, I'm going to have to cut that out. All I'm doing at the moment, I'm just going to land them on there very roughly. That's all I can do. That's actually been down like that. I'm just going to mark them out, and then I'm going to take them outside and grind the paint off. This bit's pretty much the same. Obviously it's too long, I don't know if you can see it on the camera there. It's too long there. I suppose I've got to fettle them a little bit to make them fit, but I did expect them to be a little bit better on this. So then again, just mark across here. Do a little wiggle. That's where I've got to grind it off. I'm going to have to remark these. Obviously I'm going to grind that line off and take me date and line off. So that's it, pretty much it. So I'll see you outside then. Well, I've done one piece of the door. I managed to get this piece in. It isn't actually particularly that good fit. I just sort of dress all the edges up and all sorts, but that's pretty much what it is. It's got to go up that way a little tiny bit, because from there I made the line was 200, and that is 198. So I've just got to bang it up a little bit. So I might have to just take a little bit off that lip. So that bit's okay. I had to cut this piece here off because I made it oversized. Like the other piece is here. This is a terrible fit, absolutely bloody terrible. I thought it might have been a bit closer. It didn't even have a curve on it properly, so I sort of bend it over my knee a little bit to get it in. Now it's sort of going to go something like that, but I can't get this piece here. It's got to go up. So I measured it should be 125. I can't get it up far enough, so it goes up. That's 127, so I've got a couple of mil. So I think the best thing to do is maybe cut this piece off, because it's rusty anyway, like it's all pitty, so if I just sort of cut, well I might have cut a lot right up to there, cut it right down there, that'll allow the panel to go up a bit more. So So I'll go and quickly do that. Right, almost like a final fit. So this piece there I'm quite happy with now. I've got a bit of a bigger gap than I anticipated, but it is what it is at the moment. Can't do anything about that. So the measurement there is 200. The measurement there is 200. It needs to come that way just a little tiny bit. So that panel there is pretty good at the moment. This other panel, let's move you around a bit. Well, the other panel is fitting a lot better now. I cut that corner piece off like I said just a minute ago. This measurement here, 125, is spot on. It's right on the money, that is. Because this bit there doesn't matter because that goes onto the sill, but this bit here goes onto the back panel, back quarter. So that line there's got to match up. This edge here needs to straighten because it's just terrible. That's the way it's been made. We've got to straighten that edge right up. There's a big lump there. I suppose it's supposed to be there. So the measurements across here, these are the measurements I made first of all, for the original wing, the original door, sorry. So that's 125, that's 130 from there to there. It's bang on 130. That should be 160-ish. It's a little bit out. Part of these got to be the curve, because there is a bit of a gap on the back there. And the final one, which is 300, is about 1 millimetre out. that one there I don't think is that important. They can't see it, can you? Let's put it down a bit. This one here isn't really that important because it matches the sill. So the plan is now what I'm going to do, I'll mark this out at the back there. I'm going to cut the door skin out and try fitting this. And when I do put it all together, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tack it. I'm not going to fully weld it. I'm just going to put a few tacks here and there. Then I'm going to offer the door up and just see where all these panels fit. And if they're a bit crooked, at least it gives me the opportunity then just to give it a little persuading, just to tap it in a little bit. I've also got to cut this piece down there off. So I think, because I've never done anything like this before, I think the thing to do maybe is cut this piece out, so this is slide in, then I can mark this piece. But so at the moment, that bit there's really good, apart from the big gap. There's a bit of a pain. I don't know why it's so big as that, but it is what it is. Well, let's get this cut. What I normally do, I say normally, I don't use the big cutting discs. I use one of the old ones. Hopefully they go around the corner a little bit more. So I think if you do, if you put something like that in, as it sort of turns, you can start cutting into the other piece. But well, I think because it's a smaller diameter, hopefully this should be alright. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from there. Well, I'm just going to clean it up a little bit now. What I've done, this is the bit I've cut out. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, all this like undersealy stuff, like the bitumistic stuff they poured down there. It's pretty well coated, apart from the bottom bit they didn't do. The downside to it all, under this bottom edge, where I'm going to weld, is full of this gunky stuff. So what I've done, I've actually used a blow lamp, which is a little, I'll show you this somewhere. Use one of these little things. I didn't film it actually, but I turned it over the other side and I managed to get this lamp right inside it and melt it all off. Use a scraper. I've got most of it off now, so all I want to do now clean the edge up with a bit of grit paper. I did notice underneath there there's a little tiny burr, so all I'm going to do now is go all the way along it, clean it all up, then I'm going to reposition the panels and see what they like. Well, I've cleaned it all up at the moment. It's fairly cleanish. All this rust and that, I'm actually going to treat it before I weld it all on anyway. Now I'm just going to try the panels on. I know this one's okay. It's the other one I've got to... Right, so quick measurements. Find me steel rule. It's disappeared. Is it in 4 somewhere? Well, thanks so much for watching so far. This is probably going to be the last little clip in the video. I've near enough finished the door. I'm just going to put another bit of filler on. I'll probably just rough sand it down. The plan is really to hang both doors on the car and put a skim of filler over both doors at the same time and block them together. Well, that's the idea anyway. I'm a bit sort of reluctant at the moment to move this door and trial fit it just in case it don't fit. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you have been liking my videos, please subscribe and like. And it'd be fantastic if you could leave something in the comments, good or bad or indifferent. I really don't mind. Thanks again for watching. Well, I made a bit of a mistake actually. I'm just trying to fill back into this door, the bottom of the door. I've done all these bits around here. This bit here I made a bit of a mistake because I forgot that this lip here, it's very easy. That lip there has to be banged down, same as that one. And what I did, I made a piece to go in here. Very simple. That piece there goes in there. But I actually put a return on it, which is like a little right angle bend, which you didn't actually need. So last night I was sort of looking at it very closely and I thought, oh, I made it all wrong. So what I've done now, I made another little piece to go in there now, with a nice tight fit. I just welded these little pieces on. So this piece here, I find it hard to hold, so what I've done, put a little tack on it. What I'm going to do in a minute, I'm just going to put that in there like that. Well, you can't really see it from my hand in the way. Put that piece in there like that, somewhere. And I'm going to tack it. Piece here to the bottom. This is the final bit of welding. I've tacked it all the way down here. It's taken me about an hour or so. I've been sort of tacking it and letting it cool. I've used an airline. Well, I don't know if you can see on the camera now, but these little black lines are the way I've just got to put some more tacks. And when I've done that, I just grind it off, then I can fill it. So that's pretty much it. So let's get on with it. Right, so I can make a big deal of this. Right, it's time to do a bit of filling. I've just bought some eyes upon fiberglass stuff. It's a brand new can. I've taken one little scoop out of it. That was the level it's at. Look, there. So it's about 1/3 full. Very disgusting, isn't it? I suppose if it was the right size, I want to buy it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix this fine strands fiberglass up. I'm going to put some polyester resin with it, make it nice and watery. I actually got the idea off of Bad Chad. I don't know if anybody watches Bad Chad, but his bodywork is actually really good. He takes a lot of shortcuts, and the shortcuts are really good. He saves a lot of time. once I've mixed all that up, I'll put a bit of hardener on it. So let's have a go. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Use it again. Right, we'll use this big one. Right, wish me luck. I think this is probably going to take a couple of coats, I think. Hopefully you can see what I was doing then, could you? Move it around a little bit. Oh. I think it can take a couple of coats, so... What's happened there? Should have gone there. Well, I've given this section here a quick rub down. I didn't video because it's quite boring, but you can see, I'm no expert, don't get me wrong, but you can see by just a quick rub down you get the highs and lows. There's a low there, that's a high, obviously that's a low. So I think there must have been a big dent in there which I wasn't aware of. So what I'm going to do is give this another little skim. The rest of the filler I've got left over I'm going to start building up on this side. So there's a good chance I might have to make some more. Today is the 19th of May 2024. Thought I'd give you a quick update on the progress of the Austin restoration. Now I've had the car, I think it's about 2 or 3 months now, I'm not sure the exact date. I've started doing a few rust repairs and I've taken the engine out. What I'll do, I'll give you a quick walk around and show you what I've done and what I need to do. Well, I need to do, finish the rest of the car really. The 4 doors I've done, the bottom edges, and obviously the engine was all seized. So let's have a quick walk around and I'll show you what I've done. Right, the engine, when I got it, was actually seized. I couldn't actually turn it over. After about 2 or 3 days, I've actually managed to free it up. I've tried all sorts of things with automatic transmission fluid, diesel, and the only thing that really worked, surprisingly enough, to free it up, is white vinegar. It's quite sort of acidy, and anyway, so I freed it up, but the only downside to the whole engine, it turns over, it's okay, but it's got a tight spot, so I'm not completely happy with it, so that's why I've got another engine for it. I thought I'd take this one out. I know the other engine is fine, so I want to go with that. Well, this is the engine. I think it's a 1068. I think it's a 1068. It's out of a Morris Minor. What I did, I used a lot of the original parts off of the engine that I had. It's got a new water pump on it. Obviously, the thermostat housing is all new. I've done things like all the electrics have changed, like new coil, plugs, points, condenser, and all that normal stuff. Starting the motor works. I've tried it, I've tested it out. I've done the valve clearances and obviously set all the timing, so it's all ready to go. The only thing I've got to do is, before I put it in, is take the sump off, because it's actually sitting on the sump at the moment. I'll take the sump off, put a new gasket on it and paint it up. These are 2 more doors. This door here is, which one's that? It's a rear offside passenger door. That one came out quite well. Here's that piece of glass that fell out. Obviously it's all in primer at the moment. Actually feels okay. Again, I haven't actually tried this one on to see if it fits, so I'm just hoping it does. So that one's done, and obviously the passenger side one, front door. I've mended all this slidey thing. We do it at one end, but it all slides up and down nicely now. It didn't before. There's a bit of rust down there. Yeah, so that one's come out quite well. These ones, that's the easier one because there's no contours or curves. This is all flat, so that one's all ready to go. Again, I had to do the inside and the bottoms. So that's 3. The wheels, might as well talk about the wheels because obviously I'm just tripped over one. They're all, this side, I've got them on, but I'm actually going to change the colour of them. I don't really like the colour of them. So what I had to do, unfortunately, with these ones is the wheel studs weren't long enough. So on the backs, I had to take the half shafts out. I made a bit of a long job with it because I took all the brake shoes out as well. I didn't really need to do that. So I've still got to do the other side. So when I do the other side, I'll just take the half shafts out and put some new wheel studs on them. The wheel studs were a bit too long, the ones I could only get. So what I did, I machined them down a little bit and rethreaded them, so they're fine now. And obviously you can see the front ones, they're all done now, exactly the same. I took the hubs off, remachined some studs for them, put them back on. And these are the wheels that are going to go on now. These are the other 2. I've decided I like them gold. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people don't like them gold. And I spent, actually, believe it or not, about 2 weeks cleaning them up, trying to get all the paint off of them, with my little Dremel and little disc and that. Then I found a local place that does alloy wheel refurbishments, and I went down to see him. I took these 2 wheels down there, and it took him, I think it's 10 minutes, and he got it all off. And what he done, he put it in a tank with some acid of some sort, got rid of all the paint and the crap, and it went over to shop plasters and come back like that. So that's a right result. So all I've got to do now is get some tyres on these and get the other ones off. The other ones have actually got new tyres on actually. Oh, the other thing on there I had to do, you can't really see it underneath here, but I had to make a little bit of clearance under there. It is a little bit tight, so I'll just bang the lip up a little bit. The other door, that's the first door I did. It actually came out really well. I was quite pleased with it. So the next job really is obviously the heater box, and I've got to put this car in the back garage. So I've got a garage sort of through that door over there, but to get to it I have to sort of move everything out of the way. I have to drive through a garage to get into a garage. It's just the way the sort of house is built and the way it is. So that's the door. The sill is probably going to be one of the other things. I'll have to order the sill. I can't work out actually what goes in the back of it. This bit here, because obviously the sill comes up to sort of here somewhere, and there's a curve a little bit. I can't quite work it out. Right, so far you're not going to focus. That's fair enough. Another one with the window winder thing. This was actually all broken inside. It goes up and down nicely now. Stays up. It took me quite a while to work out that you can actually, with the door handle on, you can actually turn it and lock this so it can't do it. But that's quite pleased with it. So undo the door a minute. I've got new sort of bushes and pins in there, but I haven't got the nuts on at the moment. The door don't fall off. Yeah, so that's all done in there. What's another bit I made? I made this little piece here. Has to go in there because it's all rusty. If you watched my videos before, you'll notice I've actually done some videos on these little bits and pieces. And also, that's nice, isn't it? So these I've cleaned them all up. Got all the screws out and cleaned them all up as well, so it's all ready to go. The boot was already done by the previous owner, but I think he has had it shot blast, but it needs some primer filler on it. The same for the bonnet. That's over there. You can see the top of it now. The back window is another one of these windows that's just sort of just getting ready to fall out. Oh, welcome back. I've just taken the starter motor out. Well, I had to take this stripper out to get the starter motor out. I looked in the book and that's apparently what you have to do. It's a bit of a bad design really, but there you go. Anyway, I've taken the starter motor out because the plan is now, I've actually freed the engine up. I don't know if you can see in the bores or not. They're actually quite good. I've actually cleaned them up quite well. The engine's still a little bit tight in places. So what I plan to do, I'm going to take the sump off and have a look in there, make sure everything's okay in there. And then once I'm happy with that, I should put the sump back on, a new oil filter, which I've actually taken off. I don't know if you can see, a bit of seats in the bottom there somewhere. And once I've done that, I'm going to put the starter motor back in and just keep turning that over and just see what happens. I've ordered a new battery, which goes sort of there. So the other thing I did find, I don't know if I better see it on here. Just turn the camera around a bit. There's a cord plug missing, or a freeze plug missing right behind the dipstick. There's one there, that's a bit rusty. That one's come out. And that one's there. Apparently there's four altogether. I don't know where the fourth one is. Let's have a look. Can't see it from here. Perhaps around the other side. Let's have a look. No, can't see it. So apparently there is four. Don't know where the other one is. So what I'll do, I'll give you a quick walk around and show you what I've been doing. Well, starter motor's on the bench. I have to give it a quick clean, and actually springs back nicely. Well, I did. I've cleaned it all out. I said it. I've oiled it. 'Cause you're not supposed to oil them. I've just put some brake cleaner on it, so that's all nice and clean. I've just taken this cover off and give it a bit of a blow out some air. Just see the brushes. All the brushes in there are actually moving nicely. What I'm going to do in a minute, I have to set the tripod up. I think I might be able to do it one-handed. Is I'm just going to put some power on it, see if it actually works. What we've got down here, I've got the distributor. I've taken that out. That's giving that a quick clean. I've seen it before. It's a water pump. Let's have a walk in here and see what we find. The rest of the stuff at the moment. I've got stuff all over the place, but that's what it is. Well, on the bench, obviously we got the cylinder head that I showed you before. That's all complete. Carburetor, I'm just waiting for a rebuild kit. Coil, I'm not even going to bother cleaning it up, I should just get a new one. And the inlet manifold, again that's all cleaned up. So that's all back, ready to go back in. Right, I've set it back up on the tripod. I don't know if you get to see this or not. I've got an old battery here for my mobility scooter. I don't know if it's got any life left in it or not, but we'll try. So I've got to keep remembering it's bloody the other way around. It's positive earth, isn't it? Positive earth. So it's negative one goes to there. Is that right? I'll try this one and see if it works. Oh, that worked. Yep, I think we'll call that a success then. Yeah, that's spinning back, wasn't it? Brilliant. Anyway, I think that's about it then. Well, things are coming back. See you again shortly. Bye now.